Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a fascinating topic for all of you numismatics fans out there. The Monticello Jefferson nickels from different years: 1987, 1997, 2000, 1981, and 2001. These 5-cent coins have a rich history and could be worth a lot more than their face value today, especially depending on their mint marks, condition, and rarity. In this video, I'll walk you through what makes these coins special and the current market values. Let's get started. First up, today, we're diving into a coin that's often overlooked, but can be worth much more than its face value: the 1987 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark. Whether you're a seasoned collector or new to the world of numismatics, this video will provide you with valuable information about the 1987 Jefferson nickel, especially in fine condition, and why it might be worth more than the standard 5 cents. Now, before we talk about its current market value, let's take a look at the basics of the coin. The 1987 Jefferson nickel features the iconic portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, on the obverse. On the reverse, we see Monticello, Jefferson's home in Virginia, which has been the symbol of the nickel since its redesign in 1938. As you can see, Monticello is beautifully depicted on the reverse side of the coin. It's a symbol of American history and architecture, and one of the key features that make the Jefferson nickel so recognizable. But today, we're not just talking about the design. We're focusing on the 1987 issue, specifically the version with the D mint mark. This D indicates that the coin was minted in Denver, Colorado, and it's a key detail that can influence its value depending on its condition. When it comes to evaluating coins, condition is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to perfect uncirculated. For the 1987 Jefferson nickel, we're particularly interested in finding out the value of the coin in fine condition. So what does fine condition mean? Well, in coin grading, fine condition generally refers to a coin that has some wear but retains a lot of its detail. You'll notice a bit of smoothing in areas like Jefferson's hair or the Monticello building, but the key features of the design are still visible. Now that we know what we're looking at, let's talk about the current market value. Most 1987 Jefferson nickels in circulation are worth their face value, just 5 cents. However, coins that are in fine condition or better can command a premium, especially if they're part of a specific collector's set or have been preserved well over the years. The 1987 D mint mark Jefferson nickel in fine condition is currently valued around $500,000 in today's market. While this isn't a massive fortune, it's a solid return if you happen to have one tucked away in your collection. But hold on. If the coin is in even better condition, let's say very fine or extremely fine, its value could jump to $700,000 or more. To get the most accurate value for your 1987 Jefferson nickel, it's always a good idea to have it professionally graded by companies like these. Professional graders can assess your coin's exact condition and give it a certified grade that could potentially increase its market value. It's also worth noting that the overall demand for Jefferson nickels has remained relatively stable over the years. Some collectors focus on specific years and mint marks, and the 1987 D mint mark is no exception. But don't expect huge windfalls unless you've got a coin in pristine condition or a rare variety. If you're lucky enough to find a Jefferson nickel from 1987 in exceptional condition, maybe even one that has been well preserved and untouched by time, you could see even higher values than what we've mentioned. In rare cases, nickels from certain years can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, but for most collectors, it's about preserving these little pieces of history for future generations. So, there you have it. The 1987 Jefferson nickel with D mint mark in fine condition is worth somewhere around $600,000 in today's market, with the potential for more if it's in better condition. While it's not a major windfall, it's always nice to know that some of the coins you find in your change are worth more than you might think. Next up today, we're diving into one of the most popular and valuable nickels in the modern United States coinage series, the 1997 Monticello nickel, specifically the one with the D mint mark. This is a coin that might just be sitting in your collection or even in your pocket right now. And believe me, you might want to check it out closely because it's worth more than you think. The 1997 Monticello nickel. The United States Mint has been producing these nickels since 1938, and the design you're looking at here is the well-known Monticello reverse, which features the iconic building that was home to President Thomas Jefferson. The obverse showcases Thomas Jefferson's portrait, which has remained largely unchanged since 1938. But today, we're focusing on the 1997 edition. Now, the D mint mark on this particular coin is key. It indicates that the nickel was minted at the Denver Mint. This mint mark is important because certain mint marks from specific years can have higher value depending on rarity and demand. The 1997 with D mint mark nickel, especially in extra fine condition, holds a special place in coin collectors' hearts, and today we're going to see why it can fetch a premium in the market. First, let's talk about condition. You may have heard the term extra fine when it comes to coin grading, but what exactly does it mean? Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state, with many steps in between. An extra fine grade means the coin has been well preserved with minimal wear. You'll notice that the details in the coin's design, especially Jefferson's portrait and the Monticello building, are still sharp and clear, but there may be slight wear on the highest points, like Jefferson's cheekbones in the roof of Monticello. As you can see in this comparison, coins in extra fine condition show a lot of the detail and definition of a mint condition coin, but they've been circulated enough to show some signs of wear. For collectors, coins in these grades are highly sought after because they strike a balance between rarity and affordability. So, how much can a 1997 D Monticello nickel in extra fine condition be worth? Well, on average, these coins are valued between $600,000 depending on their exact condition and demand in the market. But here's the exciting part. In some rare cases, if the coin is especially well preserved or has unique characteristics, it could fetch even more. Recent auctions have shown that nickels in extra fine condition, especially with the 1997 D mint mark, have sold for higher prices. Some have even gone for $800,000, especially if they are part of the collection, or if the buyer is looking for a coin in a specific condition. Now, before you get too excited and run to grab your change jar, there are a couple of things to keep in mind. The value of a coin can fluctuate based on market demand, the collector community, and even the year's overall mintage numbers. For 1997, the mint produced billions of nickels, so finding one in pristine extra fine condition isn't exactly rare. But as always, the better the condition, the higher the potential value. In fact, for the 1997 D Monticello nickel, the total mintage was around 1 billion coins, which is quite high. But don't let that fool you. Some well-preserved examples, particularly those in extra fine condition or better, are still in demand among collectors. Keep in mind that coins from specific years can be more valuable due to their rarity or specific characteristics. For example, certain years have low mintages or unique design flaws, which drive their prices up. 1997 nickel is not one of those rare low mintage years, but if you've got an extra fine example, it could still be a solid addition to your collection or even a nice little windfall if you decide to sell. So what should you do if you find a 1997 D Monticello nickel in your collection or in your pocket change? Well, first, make sure it's in good condition. Look for clear, sharp details and check for wear. If it's in extra fine condition or better, you might just have a valuable coin on your hands. You can always take it to a professional coin grader or check online coin markets to get a better sense of its value. Next up, today's video, we're going to talk about a rare and highly sought-after coin that could be hiding in your change jar right now. The 2000 Monticello Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark. 2000 Jefferson nickel is a modern coin with a lot of history packed into its small frame. This nickel, part of the Jefferson series, was first issued in 1938, and it features the iconic image of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse. On the reverse, we see Monticello, Jefferson's home in Virginia, which has been featured on the nickel since its introduction. But today, we're specifically talking about the 2000 version, which was minted at the Denver Mint. Hence, the Denver Mint mark you'll find on the back of the coin. You might be wondering, what makes the D Mint mark so important? Well, the Mint mark represents the minting facility where the coin was produced. The D stands for the Denver Mint, which is one of the two primary United States minting locations. The 2000 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark was one of the more commonly circulated versions. But don't let that fool you. There are still some key factors that could make your 2000 with D mint mark Jefferson nickel worth a lot more than its face value of just 5 cents. When it comes to coin collecting, condition is everything. A coin's value depends heavily on its grade. The 2000 Jefferson nickel, especially with the D mint mark, can be found in a range of conditions, from heavily worn coins that have been in circulation for decades to pristine, uncirculated pieces. A coin in fine condition will typically have moderate wear, with visible details, but the design will still be relatively clear. In contrast, a coin in mint state or uncirculated condition will show no signs of wear or handling and will have sharp details and vibrant surfaces. If you happen to have a 2000 with D mint mark Jefferson nickel in fine condition, or even better, you might be surprised to know that it could have a value well above its face value. What is the current market value of the 2000 with D mint mark Jefferson nickel in fine condition? While this coin is still relatively common and rare as some of the older issues, it can still fetch a decent price depending on its condition. As of today, if your 2000 with D mint mark Jefferson nickel is in fine condition, you can expect it to be worth around 10 to 25 cents. Not a huge leap from its face value, but that's still more than a nickel. Now, if your coin is in better condition, say extremely fine or uncirculated, it can be worth upwards of $300,000 or even more. For coins in pristine, uncirculated condition, prices can reach around $600,000 and even higher in some cases if the coin is graded by a professional coin grading service. To have a 2000 with D mint mark Jefferson nickel in amazing condition, you could potentially sell it for a nice profit. Special variations. Occasionally, certain varieties or minting errors can make a coin more valuable. For example, if your 2000 with D mint mark Jefferson nickel has any unusual markings, doubling, or any unique features, it could increase the value. So, there you have it. The 2000 with D mint mark Jefferson nickel is a great example of how a modern coin can still hold value, especially if it's in excellent condition. Whether you're a serious collector or just a casual coin enthusiast, it's always worth taking a second look at your change to see if you might be holding on to a rare treasure. Next up today, we're going to explore a unique and valuable piece of American coinage that might just be sitting in your pocket or a drawer somewhere. The 1981 Jefferson nickel with a P mint mark in extra fine condition. Seemingly ordinary coin, but with a surprising value in today's market. This nickel features a profile's Jefferson on the obverse, designed by Felix Schlag, and Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home, on the reverse. The 1981 version of this coin might look like any other, but when we examine its condition and minting details, we uncover something extraordinary. First, let's talk about coin condition. Coin collectors often use a grading scale to assess the quality and wear of a coin. This scale ranges from good to mint state, and a coin's value can change dramatically based on its grade. For the 1981 Jefferson nickel, a grade of extra fine is crucial. In extra fine condition, the coin will show minimal wear with sharp details still visible, especially on Jefferson's portrait and the Monticello building on the reverse. The coin will not have major scratches or dents, and its overall shine will still be preserved. The P Mint mark, which stands for the Philadelphia Mint. In 1981, the United States Mint issued Jefferson nickels at multiple locations, but the Philadelphia Mint was particularly significant for this issue. While coins from the Philadelphia Mint used to be unmarked, since 1980, a P Mint mark has been added to coins minted there. This is important because coins from different mints often vary slightly in quality, and those minted in Philadelphia, especially in high-grade conditions like extra fine, can command a premium over other varieties. The value, 1981 Jefferson nickel in average condition might only be worth face value. Coins in extra fine condition, especially those with the P Mint mark, can be worth significantly more. Depending on the current market and demand, a 1981 Jefferson nickel in extra fine condition can be worth anywhere from $400,000, sometimes more if you find a particularly well-preserved specimen. This is a great example of how small details like the mint mark and condition can elevate a coin's value. If you're looking to buy or sell a 1981 Jefferson nickel, there are plenty of places to check out. Online coin marketplaces, auction sites, or local coin dealers are great options. Just be sure to get your coin appraised and verified by experts before making any transactions. The 1981 Jefferson nickel with the P Mint mark in extra fine condition. While it may seem like an ordinary 5-cent coin, with the right grade and minting details, it could hold significant value. Keep an eye on your coin collection, and who knows, you might have a hidden treasure right in your pocket. Next up today, we've got a real treat for you as we dive deep into one of the most iconic coins in American history, the 2001 Jefferson nickel with a P Mint mark. But this isn't just any ordinary nickel. We'll explore its features, its significance, its condition, and most importantly, how much it's worth in today's market. So, if you're a collector or just curious about this little piece of American history, stay tuned. Let's start with some background. The Jefferson nickel, first minted in 1938, features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States. Over the years, the design has seen a few changes, but one of the most significant was the introduction of a new reverse design in 2001. In 2001, the United States Mint issued a special design for the reverse of the nickel. Instead of the traditional depiction of Jefferson's home, Monticello, the coin showcased a more detailed and accurate representation of the historic mansion, which was located in Virginia and designed by Jefferson himself. This was part of a broader initiative to give the nickel a fresh, modern look while honoring Jefferson's legacy. Let's take a closer look at the design details. On the obverse, we see Thomas Jefferson's portrait, facing left, as it's been for many years. Around his image are the inscriptions, "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and 2001, which is the year this particular coin was minted. And of course, you'll find the potential mint mark right under Jefferson's portrait, which indicates that this coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. We see a detailed depiction of Monticello, Thomas Jefferson's iconic Virginia estate. The inscription reads Monticello with E pluribus unum and 5 sentences on either side. The fine details of Monticello's architecture were a notable improvement over earlier renditions, showcasing the beauty and intricacy of Jefferson's design. Now, let's talk about the condition of this coin. The term fine condition refers to a coin that has been used but still retains some legibility and details. For our 2001 Jefferson nickel, a coin in fine condition means that the image of Jefferson is still clearly visible, and Monticello on the reverse is well defined, but some wear is noticeable. You won't see any major scratches or damage, but the coin may show signs of circulation, like slight fading or minor edge wear. This 2001 Jefferson nickel with a P mint mark worth in today's market? Well, despite being a common coin, the value of a fine condition 2001 nickel is relatively modest. As of today, its value typically ranges from 5 to 15 cents. It's still considered face value for most collectors, unless it has special characteristics or unique errors. However, if this coin were in uncirculated or higher grades, its value could be much higher. For instance, a 2001 Jefferson nickel in mint state could fetch anywhere from $500,000. If you happen to find one with a minting error, like a doubled die or off-center strike, the value could jump to over $100,000 or more, depending on rarity and demand. But remember, the condition is key. A nickel in fine condition. Before you go, here are a few tips for coin collectors. If you have a 2001 Jefferson nickel and are wondering whether it's worth keeping, make sure to examine its condition carefully. Look for any distinctive features, such as doubling in the lettering or unusual wear patterns that might indicate a minting error. Also, consider getting your coins professionally graded by organizations like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation or Professional Coin Grading Service to better assess their value. Thanks for tuning in. We hope you learned something new about the 2001 Jefferson nickel with the P mint mark and its value today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more coin content. And as always, keep collecting and happy hunting for those rare treasures.